guys, it's me, Vibe with C. And today I'm going to be doing a story time. And I want to go ahead on and give a trigger warning to anybody that has dealt with any issues that I'm about to talk about in this video. You can go ahead and click off now because there's several emotional situations that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time, and hopefully you guys can come back and enjoy some more of my content. This one just may not be for you, and I apologize for that. With that being said, and without further ado, I want to get into the video. First, I'd like to say, if you guys are new here, you can go ahead on and subscribe if you like. Give me a thumbs up for this video, and don't be afraid to drop a comment down, even if it's your opinion. Don't be afraid to drop a comment down in the comment box. And I don't really know how to get into this video, you guys, and I'm one of those people that kind of smiles when I'm a little nervous or when I feel vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to come off as like I'm just smiling the whole video, but sometimes when I get a little nervous to talk about situations, I kind of smile just to keep from feeling a little awkward, I guess, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead on and jump right in. So 2021 was my 30th year. And I was so excited for the year, and I can genuinely smile when I think about that time of the year. When my birthday rolled around, I had made a post, and I'm going to try to insert it here. Just to give you guys like an idea of how happy I was at the place that I was in my life. I had real genuine friends. And if you know me, anybody that knows me and that's kind of close to me, I've never had the best relationship with my family. And not in a bad way. It's just I was always more distant. I always kind of moved around. And, you know, sometimes we would have odds and ends. I mean, you know, like odds. We would definitely have our times where we may be at odds. And you know, I was just, I wouldn't say I was the black sheep. I would just say that, like, I was always a little bit different when it came to the way that, like, everyone thought, or, you know, the way I wanted to do things with my life. And, you know, as I got older, I realized that that was okay. You know what I'm saying? That didn't mean that you couldn't learn how to coexist with your family. And my relationships were the best they had ever been with my family. At the beginning of 2021, really last year, 2020, and a little bit before that. And I had really rekindled so many relationships with the people in my life that I really always wanted to have relationships with. And everything was just so great for me. I was in school doing the things that I love. And me and my best friend were the closest we had ever been. Like, literally, we felt like one person. And I definitely want to talk about my best friend for a minute. He taught me so many things. One of the things that he taught me is that you can genuinely have a friendship with a guy without it being anything sexual or anything, without a guy expecting something from a female just because she's a female. And he really filled that hole in me that I felt, where sometimes I feel like I looked for things that I didn't get from a father figure or a brother figure, or even any kind of male figure as I was growing up, or even now. I feel like he fulfilled that for me in some ways, and showed me that a man can genuinely love you and want to be around you just for you, and not feel like he has to date you or have sex with you or anything like that. And so he was the most awesome person I think I've had in my life in a long time. Like, anybody knows me knows my face lights up when I talk about him. I'm not going to post pictures of me and him in this video out of respect to his family, just in case they were to may see this video. I did not have permission to do that, so I'm not going to post pictures. I do have like some pictures on my social media, like my Instagram account and stuff like that, but I'm not going to post pictures here, and I'm not going to name his name here, and I will not be saying what actually transpired in detail. But so my birthday was in March, and I celebrated with my best friend, and I celebrated with my brother, and I celebrated with some old friends, and it was just awesome. He really made my birthday. Besides my brother, my big brother Jeremy, they made my birthday because he got me. He didn't have a lot at the time, my best friend, and he made sure that he got me these diamond earrings, and they meant the world to me. I still wear them now. I keep them up because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose them. And I might be able to insert a little clip where I was wearing them in the video here. If not, then maybe I can show you guys another time. But me and him literally felt like one person. We did everything together, and we had so many of the same interests, and we would laugh and laugh and laugh, and I mean, till our stomach hurts, until we were crying. Like, you ever have that person that you genuinely could sit around for 12 hours a day and like literally sit around and y'all just do nothing but maybe roll up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Do nothing, watch Disney movies. Just, I think what it was is the apartment complex that I live in, because me and him didn't have children. We were the youngest back here. Most of the people that live back here either are elderly, or they may be older people without children, or the children has moved out. And so me and him were the youngest two back here, living in one bedrooms. And so we really, really, really clicked over the 3 years that I've been here. And we became tight. When I say tight, even my mom would tell me, she was like, y'all's relationship is so beautiful, because it was genuinely pure. And this man was like an angel. You know what I'm saying? He was, we acted like teenagers together. Like, we literally did so much fun stuff, snowball fights, and just stuff that made me feel, I mean, literally anything, like board games, trying out different foods together, riding around, listening to music. I would wake, like, I would wake up in the morning times, and we were both early birds. Like, he usually got up around 4 a.m. and I would usually wake up at about 5. And when I woke up, I would always have a text on my phone, you know, from him. And he would always know that I was up, because he would come out on his balcony and smoke. And he would always see my light turn on, and he'd be like, "Up, I see you're up. What's the move for the day?" You know what I'm saying? And he was genuinely like an angel, y'all. Like, if y'all could, I wish I could let you guys feel the presence that man gave when he was in the room. Like I said, even my family, my mom was like, he is the sweetest person I've ever met. Yeah, and so fast forward to, like I said, this was March when I had my birthday. And fast forward to April, me and my family started to plan a family trip. And we were going to go down to Florida, down to Miami. And this is the part that's kind of hard for me, y'all. But it was April, and I remember being April the 21st, and my best friend came over to see me, and his mother was out of town, and she usually stays up there with him. And so everybody knows that if he's not at home, he's either with our other mutual friend or he's here. And I remember seeing him April the 21st I remember seeing him. We spent the whole day together, hung out with some other friends, you know, just chilled and everything. And I remember him telling me that he was going to go home to eat and that he would probably be back. And there was no surprise that he didn't come back, because sometimes, you know, he would take like his sleep meds or whatever, and he'd go to sleep. And so he didn't come back that night. And plus, it was really late. It was like 10 o'clock. I was like, I'm going to be in myself. You know what I'm saying? But April 22nd rolls around and I didn't get my morning text. And so I had texted him and I was like, are you okay? You know, you didn't come back last night. Is everything all right? You know what I'm saying? And you didn't text me this morning. You know, like, kind of like, I'm going to get you because you didn't text me this morning. No response. So I texted him a little bit later that day. And I was like, what's up with you? You mad at me or something? Like, did I do something? Because he never not texted me back. That's just something he didn't do. He was always the type of person, if somebody needed him, if somebody was trying to reach out to him, he's going to respond. And no response. And so the 23rd rolls around, and it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and our mutual friend that I was talking about, mother, came to my house and knocked on the door. And she was like, have you seen him? My best friend. And I was like, no. I was like, I hadn't talked to him since yesterday. And y'all, I remember having some stuff in my hand, and I immediately dropped it, and I told her, I said, something is wrong. I was like, something is wrong, because if he don't answer the phone for nobody, he's going to answer for our mutual friend, for me, and for his mother. And for him not to answer for none of us, and for me not to hear from him for a day and a half, that was not right. And so my heart started beating 1,000,000 miles per hour, y'all. And like I said, his mother had, since she was out of town, she had sent our mutual friend's mother over to ask if he was here. And when she found out she wasn't here, her panic, I'm sure, set in as well. And so we were everybody went outside. All of his friends, me, our mutual friend's mother, our mutual friend, we went outside and we were knocking on the door, no answer. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all, I feel like I was weak at the knees. I felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest, because deep down inside of me, I knew something was wrong when I texted him that morning and he didn't respond. But part of me was like, well, maybe he just wants to be in the house. Like, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't sure. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So since there was no answer, we ended up calling the police. And so when the police came, they were knocking on the door and they were, you know, trying to get him to answer. And so there was no answer, of course. And so then we had to get the maintenance man to come up and unlock the door. And we're all standing out there in anticipation. And y'all. So once they finally got the door unlocked, they went in, and one of the maintenance men turned around. And remind you, this was a black guy. One of the maintenance men went straight into the apartment, turned around, came out, and his face was flushed. And he had tears just rolling down his eyes, and I knew something was wrong. Y'all, I have never in my life felt a pain like that. Never in my life. I felt like somebody had ripped my heart out of my chest. It hurt so bad. Like, it hurt so bad that it's like I almost went in shock. And I immediately picked up the phone and I called my mama and I was like, he's gone. And my mom loved him too. Like, she still does. We still do. But my mama, she loves him so much. He was like a son to her. And she started to cry, and my mom's boyfriend started to cry, because he was literally around all the time. And y'all, from that point on, everything just went downhill. I was so angry. I was so sad. I cried every day. I mean, crying spells. I've never missed somebody that much in my life. I didn't even know it was possible to miss somebody that much. I missed him so, so, so much. I just always, going from being able to having a problem and being able to pick up the phone and call him, to him actually being the reason why I was sad, and then not being able to go to him and have that support. I felt so alone. No matter who was around me, I felt so alone because nobody could ever give me what he gave me as a person. I mean, nobody understood what we went through. Nobody understood us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the inside jokes, like the plans that we had. You know, he was about to get a job at Apple, his dream job, and it was so many things. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm 30, you know what I'm saying? He's early 30s, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how could this happen? Like, I was in total shock. And not to mention the fact that he lives, if you walk out of my door, his apartment is straight across from me. And so with the worst thing was that I had to watch them carry my best friend down the stairs. And that image will never, ever leave my mind, y'all. Like, I'm so grateful that I'm able to talk about it now, because for months I would not talk about it. I couldn't talk about it. I was so mad at him. Because I felt like he left me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I told y'all I was going to try not to cry, but I felt like he left me. And I felt like I'm never going to meet another person like that. And I was mad at him, but I was so sad that I couldn't be around him. And we couldn't have fun no more. And I had my own selfish feelings, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't identify with anybody else's grief or anybody else's problems. I was going through my own, you know what I'm saying? And in the midst of that, I had met someone that I actually, you know, genuinely thought cared about me. And that person was so amazing to me. He prayed with me and sat through me crying for hours and hours and hours. Like, I would literally cry for hours, y'all. Like, I would lay on the couch. I would go to work, do what I had to do, barely eat. You know what I'm saying? I had no appetite. I was drinking a lot. I was drinking heavy, you know what I'm saying? And basically just laying on the couch with my head under the covers, all the lights off in the house. And me meeting the person that ended up coming into my life after my best friend died really helped me in so many ways, because now I can say it was an unhealthy attachment, because I really did not want to be alone. Like, I didn't want to sleep in my house alone. I felt so, like, lost. Like, I felt like, I really can't explain the feeling, but I kind of just felt like I needed somebody to be here with me. Like, I didn't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And that person gave that to me. You know, but all in all, I didn't know that there were any ill intents behind it. And I still am not for sure if there was any ill intents behind it. But every now and again, I do question that. But I'll get back to that later. But fast forward to the family trip that I told you guys I had coming up in May. Now, remind you, my friend passed away on April the 23rd. And I had a family trip coming up, catching a flight, having to pack, having to do everything May the 15th. And y'all, I wanted to be all right so bad because, like I said, I had just rekindled a lot of these relationships and started back going around my family. And I really wanted them to meet me again as an adult. Like, I mean, of course, I see them all the time, but I want to spend quality time with them and get to know them now that I'm an adult and I'm not a child. And, you know, I've changed in so many ways and grown in so many ways. So that was my... When I decided to go on the trip, that was my plan. My plan was to rekindle and spend good time with my family. You know what I'm saying? And my whole entire family was going. Not just immediate family, whole entire family. So I go on the family trip knowing that I probably should have stayed home and continued to grieve. But, you know, I tried to put on that happy face and go anyway. Y'all, I get down there and act the fool. I'm emotional. I'm drinking. I'm cussing people out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't chilling. I'm not rekindling nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course I'm chilling and you know, hanging out with everybody, whatever, but I'm constantly drinking. Because, you know, not only am I kind of in an uncomfortable situation because I haven't been around everybody in a long time, but I'm grieving hard. Like, I'm grieving hard. Like, my heart is still aching. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how I can still feel that feeling, y'all. Like, when I think about it, but anyways, y'all, I get down there, act a fool, you know what I'm saying, and decide I'm gonna up and leave in the middle of the night. I had a friend that lived in Florida, and she was just like, you know what, come to my house. And so I called an Uber, got on a Greyhound, went to Orlando from Miami. And when I got there, I'm not going to lie, it was a very peaceful time for me because I needed to be somewhere where I felt like I didn't want to be at home because home felt like pain for me. You know, every time I got in my car, every time I went on the porch, that's the image I seen in my head was the one I told you guys earlier. I didn't want to be around my family because I kind of felt like everyone was trying to have a good time and I wasn't there mentally to do that at the moment. And at first I was just like, I don't understand why my family wouldn't try to understand that this is what I'm going through, but they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them didn't know what was going on, you know, and looking back, they probably, you know, were thinking, well, I know what they were thinking now, but looking back, they're probably thinking like, what's up? Like what she got going on? You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just was not in that right state of mind. And, you know, like I said, I went to my friend's house and it was peaceful for me because I was just in a place where I could just breathe. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at home. It didn't feel like home, but I wasn't in a situation where I felt pressured. You know what I mean? And so ended up going to a spirit shop or a crystal shop or whatever you want to call it there. And I've always been into crystals and spiritual healing and things like that. Like, I still am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I run a business now for that. And my day job is actually in that. But, yeah, so I end up going to a spirit shop and I remember saging myself, and I remember just feeling so at peace for that week. I was supposed to be down there for a week. And I was talking to the person that I told y'all I had met, and that I felt like, oh my God, this is somebody that is going to be like heaven sent to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I ended up having to leave, and my whole family left the day before me. Like, they left the day before me. And the only person I was talking to was before I left. I remember going to this beach and there was nobody there. And the sand was all white. And I'll try to insert some clips of that here. So like maybe an idea, but I felt so like, I can't explain like the peace that I felt in my heart at that time, even though I was still hurting really bad. I just had a peace from just being able to be out of this environment where I had lost my friend and everyone was constantly trying to give me condolences, and or being around my family, you know, trying to feel pressure to kind of like rekindle relationships and trying to build bonds and whatever else I feel like I need to do in my head. But I did end up leaving Miami, leaving for Tennessee. And y'all, I missed my flight. I literally almost made it and it had just closed down. I can't even think right now, but close the doors to where you walk into the airplane and they were taking off. I had to sit in the airport for 18 hours, sleeping on the hard floor. My feet were swollen. I'm just like, you know, as soon as I leave, everything is starting back up. And I'm already kind of feeling like anxiety. And I'm starting to feel like, you know, I'm catching this plane home. Because I came with my whole family. We were all on the same plane. And so I'm catching this plane home by myself. And then not only that, you know what I'm saying, I'm stuck down here. My whole family's back in Tennessee and I'm stuck down here for the next 18 hours until I get another flight. And I'm on this cold, hard floor. My phone is dying. I'm looking for a charger outlet. But I'm talking to the person I told you guys, you know, being there for me. And he was keeping me calm and just telling me like everything is going to be all right. You know, you'll be fine, whatever. So I finally make it home and I go to pick up my baby. As y'all know, take it, mama. Baby is like my child. I had her for 13 years. Little backstory on that. I had her, it was 13 years. 13 years. And when I was 16 years old, my granny had a Chihuahua that had puppies. And she was the runt. She was probably about this big. And I was like, why is she not drinking any milk? Remind you, I'm 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? I don't know much about dogs at the time. Even though I was always an animal lover. And she was like, oh, that one is probably going to pass away because it can't get to the milk like the other ones are not allowing it to get to the milk. So I brought my baby home. And I bottle fed her like at 16 now, y'all. I'm working at Hobby Lobby, going to high school and taking care of this dog. But that's why that's my baby, like literally my baby. And so, anyways, I go pick up my baby from dog daycare. She'd been there for 8 days at that point. I know she was ready to come home. So I drove all the way back to my hometown to pick her up. And I come back home. And all the emotions set back in as soon as I pull in and I see everybody and everybody's like, are you okay? Have you been okay? Is everything all right? I'm just like, you know how that feeling you get when somebody asks you, are you okay? When you've been trying to be okay and you just immediately start crying. I kept doing that. So at that point, you guys, I just wanted to be in my house alone. And the only person I really wanted to be around was, of course, my baby and the person I told you guys that I had met. And when he finally came to visit me, there was just like this instant attachment. Like I said, I didn't want to be home alone. And I wanted to I needed somebody to be here with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to be up under him all day, every day. And he was willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I needed the comfort. And so it got to a point where we started being together every day, all day. Even when I was, you know, just sitting on the couch and not wanting to get up and not feeling like I could, you know, do anything. He would just kind of hang out, check on me if I needed food, you know, or anything like that. Because like I said, I wasn't eating. Like I literally dropped weight because I just didn't have an appetite. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally felt sick to my stomach at the thought you know what I'm saying, of losing my friend and the way that it happened, like it literally made me sick to my stomach. So long story short, that person ended up moving in with me. And I know that I was not in my right mind, because had I been in my right mind, that I wouldn't have never moved that quick. You know what I'm saying? But that person ended up moving in with me. And y'all, that was probably one of the biggest mistakes that I did make in 2020. And it's not because that person was such a just a horrible person, but kind of possessive. I won't get into everything, but I was very unhappy. Once that person moved in, everything changed. They were nothing like I thought they were like. And on top of me grieving now, you know what I'm saying, I'm dealing with this person being in my house. And I started talking to like my sister about stuff, and I'm like, this just it's not feeling right, you know? And she was like, maybe he needs to leave. And so I talked to him about leaving, and he hits me with the, you're going to have to evict me. And so I'm just like, so I'm like, okay, maybe he don't have my best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? And he kept telling me, you know, I love you. I want to be with you. So I want to make this work, and people don't give up on people. So that's the reason why I told you that. And I'm like, big narcissism vibes. And I'm just like, what have I done? You know what I'm saying? And like, I just still was not in the place to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of just like letting stuff slide, you know, so many red flags slide. And, fast forward to, October. In October, y'all, one of the worst things that could have happened this year, on top of me losing my best friend, I lost my baby suddenly. And there was suspicions of her being of her being poisoned. But I'm like, who could have done? I have such a tight, like, I don't let her out of my sight. And I'll show y'all my baby. Here she is. This is my baby. This is her collar. It's the one she had on when she passed away. And I literally got to hold her as she was passing away. And y'all, my baby was so spoiled. Like, she was literally like a child in the family. Like, my sister would call every morning and say, what's my baby doing? What's my Nene doing? My sister calls her Nene. So she would call and say, what's my Nene doing? Not how you doing, but what's my Nene doing? And my granny, like, she knew my granny by Ghani. I mean, she knew, not my granny, she knew my mama by Ghani. Because it was like her granny. So I would say, go get Ghani. And she would just tail shaking, wagging. You know, she was like a child. She understood words. Like, that was my baby. And I'll show y'all her little paw print as well. I was sent this by Pet Angels. And so I want to show you guys this because she was cremated, and that's her little paw print right there. Makes me happy that I do have this. Like I said, there were suspicions that she was poisoned, but I have no evidence of that, so I'm not gonna say that in this video. But I will say there were suspicions. And so after that, I was just like, you know, I was checked out from a lot of stuff. And another one of my friends passed away that I went to Job Corps with. If y'all don't know, I went to Job Corps back in 2014. And one of my friends that I met there, she passed away a couple of days after baby, and we always kept in touch. You know what I'm saying? I the last time I seen her, she came to visit me for Christmas, I think in 2017. I think it was 2017. I'll post a picture of me and her here. And I still talk to her sister to this day. Like, me and her sister are friends on Facebook, and me and her have talked, and and she let me know everything that went on, and I will not be discussing that in this video. But I love her so much. That was like my baby. That was one of my babies. Like, I used to call her my little jelly bean. But so, like I said, at this point, I'm numb. I'm just checked out of my relationship. I'm checked out from losing my baby. I'm checked out from losing yet another friend. And I have this person in my house that's telling me, that's making me miserable in my own house, and basically telling me that they're not going to leave. And so I had to figure out a way to get that person to leave. And that's what I started to work on. And so leading up into like the next couple of months, I started to feel so much better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was praying a lot, and meditating, and just trying to get back spiritually right, so that I can finally get out of this dark place that I have been in from this whole year. You know what I'm saying? And so I finally get a way for this person to leave, like to get this person to leave. And the night before this person leaves, they pour something in my gas tank and destroy my car. I had just and I'm not saying this to brag or anything like that. I'm just giving you guys like an idea of why it upset me to the point that it did. I had just put thousands of dollars to pay my car note, to knock off interest so I can pay my car note. I'm going to pay my car off early. And just told me flat out in my face, you don't want to be with me? You think, basically, like, you think you're going to do better without me? And just ruined my car. And of course, y'all know me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So of course I got a way to get around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I'm good on that end. But it was just the fact that I'm sitting there thinking, if you would do that, what else would you do? I don't know if that's going over y'all's heads, but nevertheless, that person is gone, and I finally got my house back, you guys. And if anybody want to send a prayer out for me, I do appreciate it. But I do want to let you guys know that I am healing. I am doing so much more better than I was doing a couple of months ago. Even I'm doing better than I was a month ago or a week ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel back like myself. I'm starting to go back out more. I'm starting to, right now I'm just kind of taking the time to do a lot of self-care and getting closer to God and meditating and, learning about myself spiritually and trying to grow spiritually and focusing on my business and focusing on my YouTube and my hobbies. And like I said, just overall learning to love myself. And I think that even though 2021 wasn't the best year, it wasn't the best year. 2022, I can't wait to see what God has in store for me. And, I feel like I need to just shift my focus more on not my grief and not my dark part of my life, but just look forward to the future. And like I said, just go hard on my hobbies, get more health conscious, which I have been lately, and just focus on you know what I'm saying, growing and glowing. And I didn't make this video for anybody to feel any sympathy for me. I just hope that anybody that watches this video can just understand that you can go through hell and high water, y'all, and you can come back out. You can smile again. This too shall pass, and nothing stays the same. And like I said, my New Year's resolution, always put me first. Always take care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Always take care of myself spiritually, in every which way. You know what I'm saying? And that's my story time of why I think that 2021 was the worst year of my life. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys comment, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And if anyone was wondering about my jewelry, you can follow, you can follow Lux and Aura, my business page on Instagram. And also, the link to my website will be down in the description. And these bracelets here is what my cousin got me for Christmas. It's sapphire, amethyst, and rose quartz. And then I have my evil eye bracelet, which I wear every single day. Like, you're probably going to see it in every picture if you go on my Instagram. But guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching this video. And like I said, this is not a pity party. You know, I'm good, y'all. With God, I'm going to be good. And I'm just excited to see what's going to become of the new year. And until next time, you guys, stay vibing.